my confident and generous Leo friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Leo, there's a particular hum in the air this week, something you might feel before you can name it. It's a restlessness you rarely admit to, an undercurrent beneath your everyday confidence. Outwardly, you hold your head high, but inside you sense things shifting, edges of anticipation brushing against old routines. There's a longing to stretch beyond the familiar territory, yet a pause. Maybe you notice it in the way your mind drifts off while you're in the middle of a conversation, or how your body feels that slight edge of agitation even as you laugh. You're carrying a vision of something more, but the path forward isn't quite clear. There's pride in how far you've come, but also a hunger for more adventure, more meaning, more of yourself out in the world. No one else may see this tension, but you know it's there. It's the silent question echoing, how much further can I go? How much more is waiting for me if I only say yes? That's where you are now, perched at the edge of the week, poised between contentment and yearning. It's not dissatisfaction that drives you, it's the sense that something is calling just beyond the horizon. And while you might not voice it, you feel the weight of waiting, the tension of being ready but not yet moving. It's as if you're holding your breath, scanning the distance for a sign that it's time to begin. This inner landscape comes alive through the 3 of Wands. Right now, you're living in the liminal space between what has been and what could be. You can almost taste the next adventure, but your feet still rest on solid ground. There's a subtle ache in the chest, a blend of pride and anticipation. You remember the risks you've taken to get here, the courage it took to step out on your own. That courage hasn't left you. It's simply waiting for the next door to open. You may find yourself dreaming bigger this week, the mind wandering to unexplored places or reflecting on what you've built so far. There's a genuine satisfaction in seeing how your efforts have paid off. Still, that satisfaction doesn't erase the itch of possibility. There's a quiet resolve in you, a readiness to face what comes even if you can't yet name it. Sometimes this brings a touch of impatience. You're used to movement, to fire, but for now you stand and watch, holding steady, waiting for the signal. This doesn't mean you're stuck. Instead, you're gathering yourself, looking outward, letting the horizon inspire you before you take the leap. Underneath, there may be a tension between self-trust and doubt. You know what you are capable of, but you also know how much the unknown asks of you. The feeling is familiar, a mixture of excitement and vulnerability. You're not afraid of the next step, but you respect the moment before it. In this pause, you gather your strength, remembering that every bold move starts with a quiet decision. This is the week where you become aware, again, of your own longing and your own power. From this inner state, the path ahead begins to form, not as a sudden revelation, but as a natural unfolding. The anticipation you feel, that subtle urge to stretch, becomes a force in itself. It's as if the energy gathering inside you starts to seek an outlet. The stillness you've held gives way to motion, and soon you notice opportunities appearing, sometimes disguised as challenges or urgent demands. The more you recognize your own readiness, the more the world seems to respond, drawing out your drive. You sense that holding back is no longer an option, and the pressure to act builds. This transition doesn't happen all at once. It begins with a single moment, perhaps a conversation, perhaps an idea that refuses to let go. The tension inside you finds its match in the world outside. You realize that the horizon you've been watching will not come closer until you start to move toward it. The choice to step forward isn't forced, but it feels inevitable. There's a growing momentum, a sense that you're being called to meet your own potential with action. The week's events gather around you with a certain intensity, embodied by the Chariot. You might feel the world asking more of you, or circumstances pushing you to make decisions you've put off. There's a rush in the air, deadlines, responsibilities, or even your own ambitions picking up speed. You may sense the friction of competing priorities or the sensation that you're being pulled in several directions at once. The pressures are real, but so is your resolve. This isn't about chaos. It's about harnessing all that energy and channeling it into forward movement. Momentum builds not just from the outside but from deep within you. Where before there was anticipation and waiting, now there's action, sometimes swift, sometimes forceful. You find yourself navigating obstacles, steering through situations that demand your focus and determination. There's little room for hesitation. The world demands that you bring your full attention to the task at hand. You discover what it means to direct your energy, to hold the reins even when the path gets bumpy. Sometimes the friction is internal, a wrestling between your boldest desires and the need for discipline. At other times it's external, expectations from others, urgent needs or opportunities that can't be ignored. The test comes not in whether you move forward but in how you do it. Can you stay centered even as things move quickly? Can you keep your vision clear even when the road ahead twists and turns? Through all this, you're reminded that progress isn't always smooth. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, or when you question whether you can hold it all together. Still, you press on, discovering reserves of strength you didn't know you had. The Chariot's energy is not about brute force, but about purposeful direction. The week asks you to align your will with your actions, to guide your own journey with confidence and grace. Even when the pressure mounts, you find a way to gather all parts of yourself and move forward, determined and undivided. The potential of this week doesn't simply arrive because things are moving. It reveals itself in how you meet the moment, whether you engage with intention or let yourself be swept along. The energy you bring to the week shapes what's possible. You have the choice to show up fully, to meet challenges with both courage and care. If you listen closely, you'll hear your own voice growing stronger, your sense of self becoming clearer with every step. Your growth, as suggested by the Queen of Wands, arrives as an invitation rather than a certainty. It's a chance to see yourself anew, to recognize the quiet confidence that emerges when you meet pressure with presence. The week doesn't promise ease, but it offers the possibility of discovering just how much brightness you carry within. You may find that your unique spark, your warmth, your creativity, your ability to inspire becomes more visible, both to yourself and to those around you. This isn't about proving yourself or performing. It's about allowing your natural leadership to shine through in the way you handle what comes. There's a new steadiness in you, a sense that you can meet whatever arises with calm assurance. You might notice that people are drawn to your energy, that your words carry more weight, or that your presence brings comfort and motivation. Growth isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet certainty that you can trust yourself, no matter how quickly things change. This week, growth is about recognizing your own authority, not the kind that dominates, but the kind that uplifts. You find yourself more willing to stand in your truth, to share your ideas, to light the way simply by being yourself. The invitation is to honor your instincts, to stay connected to what matters, and to let your confidence unfold naturally. You don't have to chase approval or force outcomes. Instead, you let your inner fire guide you, knowing that it's enough. As the week draws to a close, the threads of anticipation, action, and growth weave together. The restlessness you felt at the start now makes sense. It was the signal that you were ready for more. The Three of Wands showed you standing at the edge of your own future, eyes bright with possibility. The Chariot carried you through the rush, asking you to steer with courage and clarity, even when the road demanded more than you expected. And the Queen of Wands invited you into a place of quiet authority, where your presence alone becomes your strength. You can look back and see how each moment led to the next, the longing, the leap, the arrival. There is no need to rush or prove. You've shown yourself what you're capable of, not by forcing things, but by meeting each challenge as it comes. There's reassurance in knowing that you don't have to have all the answers. Confidence grows not from perfection, but from showing up, again and again, with honesty and heart. Whatever the week brings, you carry within you the fire to face it, the wisdom to guide it, and the warmth to share it. The horizon will always call, but you can trust yourself to move toward it, one conscious choice at a time. Actionable insights for Leo this week. Let yourself pause and notice what you're truly longing for without needing to act right away. Try approaching today's challenges as chances to see what you're capable of, rather than as obstacles. Let your natural warmth show even in small interactions. See what it feels like to stand in your own light. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. This week I trust the direction I choose. I meet each moment with steady, open eyes. My voice and my presence carry real weight. I am ready to move forward, fully myself. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.